The little girl shook her head, and honey blonde strands danced over her shoulders. No, I'm good. But can he have a pop too? I stiffened, my sunglasses hiding the surprise in my red-rimmed eyes as I looked at the girl. She had huge, beautiful eyes, ocean blue eyes with tiny specks of green in them that glimmered under the flickering fluorescent lights. The officer looked at me and nodded. Yeah, sure he can. I'll be right back. She straightened and walked over to a vending machine. I heard the clink as she dropped coins into the slot, then the clonk as a can tumbled down the chute. The officer strode back and held the can out to me. I hesitated, uncertain. Why would she pull it away before I could reach it? Was it a trick? Hank did that all the time. It was a game, and I realized it was better to never take what he offered. Even when he opened the lid of the trunk, I'd stay inside until he left the room. But I was so fucking thirsty. I pulled my hand from my hoodie and reached for the pop, expecting her to yank it out of my reach. But she didn't, and my hand curled around the ice-cold tin. The officer smiled and walked away. The little girl picked up her can of pop and sipped, although it was more of a slurp. I pulled the tab on the can and it hissed, froth spilling up and over the rim. I raised it to my lips and sipped the overflow. The bubbles popped inside my mouth, and the carbonated sugary liquid burned my raw throat when I swallowed. I fell skating and hurt my knee. I was bleeding a lot, and it went all over the ice. She bent forward and pushed the bright blue leggings on her right leg up to her knee. There was a bandage on it with a picture of a bear that was likely from some kid's TV show or movie. The only things I watched were on the security cameras of the places Hank wanted us to break into. Does your hand hurt? She asked, shifting a bit closer to me. I shrugged. When I'd been punching, pulling, and yanking on the metal grate, I hadn't felt any pain. Only terror, fear, desperation. And now, what I felt was undecipherable. The rage was there, teetering on the edge and ready to crack me open with the slightest push. Grandpa Jack used to say if you count to 5 when something hurts really bad, the hurt can only get you for 5 seconds, and then you have to let it fly away, just like a bird. That's stupid, I mumbled. Her laughter bubbled, and it was like a rainbow of balloons released into the sky, airy, light, gentle. Grandpa Jack would like you. He says to always be honest, 'cause it saves time and... She scrunched her lips together as she thought about it. Your time's up. I scowled, wishing she'd shut up. How old are you? I'm 5, but I turned 6 in... She stopped and counted on her fingers. 7 more days. 12, I said, wondering why I spoke. Want to come to my birthday? Sarah Jane can't 'cause her parents won't let her, and my brother and Dad are going away again. Jesus. No, I replied, probably too abruptly, but I didn't like that the pain was easing as she talked. She inhaled a long breath. It's okay. We're not going to Wonderland anyway, 'cause I cried a lot when I went on the roller coaster. I was only 4, though, and it scared me. So I asked Mom if I could bake a gummy bear cake, 'cause I like the green ones the best. For 1 millisecond, I wished I could say yes, but then it sank into the depths of the darkness I'd lived in. I'd never been to a birthday, never celebrated one either, which meant I didn't even know when mine was. When I was 5 or 6, I asked Hank and Maureen, a.k.a. Mom, when my birthday was, because a kid at school had asked me. Hank said, "How the fuck should I know?" And Maureen never said a word as she counted the stack of bills on the kitchen table. I made one up, and if anyone asked, it was September 4th. I picked that day because I liked the fall, and I also liked going back to school. When my brother was born, I made sure I memorized the date so we could secretly celebrate his birthday. Last year, I'd taken him to the cinema, and we'd snuck in through the air ducts to watch Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Bile rose in my throat, and I swallowed several times. There'd be no more sneaking into theaters. No more birthdays. The girl's hand settled on my fist that was pressing into my thigh, and I jerked, pop spilling onto the floor. Don't touch me.